and welcome to Little Sue, and welcome to part 3 of my paper snippet roll. Now that's me completely finished the actual snippet roll, and this is just a toilet roll. No, it's not toilet roll, it's kitchen roll. And all I've done is I've cut it in half because the cylinder's not very thick, and I've put the one inside the other to give it some strength. Now I've had to roll it this way because when I tried to roll it the other way, the paper didn't want to go that way. So it's rolled up the opposite way to where it probably should be. And I've just tied it with a bit of lace. If I just unroll all of this, I have decorated it and filled it with a lot of the goodies that I had fussy cut and done some work with. Now, I did want to add a lot more onto this, but the more I was adding, the more I felt as if I was losing the beautiful papers. Like these beautiful flower papers that I added as background pieces. So after I finished that one, I did that one. And I know I said I'd come back on and decorate with you, but basically after finishing the video yesterday where I did this section, I ripped up all the little tiny bits of paper and started putting fabric on it, the little lace bits on it, and getting it through my sewing machine. It was then about midnight before I had basically finished the majority of it, and it was probably about 1 o'clock this morning because I decided I was just going to completely do the whole lot and then come in and show you what I've actually done. So that's the first one, and this is the second one, and that image there, that is the very, very middle of the paper. If I just show you there, you can just make out the middle bit, and it has all been sewn. I just added tiny little bit of glue to keep them in place whilst I sewed. I've added quite a lot of fabric into it. So I'll start at this side. So I'd fussy cut out all these butterflies yesterday morning. Yeah, yesterday morning I fussy cut out all the butterflies and a couple of extra bits that I thought might look good with this, as well as inking the file folder that you've seen. And all I've done is inside the file folder I have added these four little banners for my swap partner to use, and I turned the butterfly into a pocket. Now my original plan for the butterfly was to have it sewn in the middle so that it came up, but after I did, I think it was like 3 of the pockets, I realised I didn't have enough pockets, and the butterflies would actually work really, really well as pockets. So that fits in there absolutely perfectly. It doesn't go all the way down, but it goes in far enough that you can see it, so that you know you can take it out. I've got some lace down here as well. That's fabric. Then I have this pocket here. Now I'm going to need to set glue on it so that I don't have to hold it constantly. But I've got 2 pockets here. So there's a pocket, the tag is an actual pocket that's been sewn on, and then underneath here is another pocket as well. And what I've done is I didn't use very many of these images because, like I said, I didn't really want to cover up too much of the papers that I've used. And I felt adding on these big massive images, I was going to lose all the papers. So I thought I could gift them to her. The next bit is I've attached a paper clip here, and I've just got these 2 tags on the paper clip. Moving a wee bit further along, I had this lace that I'd already stitched on the bottom, and the plan with that was it was supposed to go underneath the butterfly, and I was going to stitch the butterfly in the middle over the lace so that the lace was underneath. But I've decided this butterfly is completely glued down, and I've turned this lace into a little pocket to hold these 2 little Admit One tickets. Now they are just printed on paper, so they just sit in there nicely, and I've attached a paper clip right here just to hold them so that they don't go anywhere basically. I've got another little flower lace. Now these wee flowery lace bits came from Collect. I got a massive like quite a big bit of fabric lace from her, and it had all these lovely different flowers in it, and I've just cut a few out to put on here. There's one just down there. I've added, this was the lace from the flower that went terribly wrong. I've added little lace from my big reel of lace as well. There's some little lace fabrics, like little lace snippet bits that I've just attached on as well, and lots and lots of pieces of fabric as well. So I've got lace, fabric and paper going all along here. So this is, oh, I was meant to sew that. Oh, never mind, it's glued down anyway. So that's a wee bit of fabric on the green paper in the background, and then this is fabric right here. I wanted something big. No, I don't think it's going across. No, it's not going across the centre, but I wanted something quite big and wide so as that I could make this little pocket, and this little pocket wouldn't be affected by too much stuff basically being here. So this has been sewn onto the paper, but this little brown one with the flowers, I've actually glued this one completely down flat, so this one shouldn't move at all, so that the pocket's got plenty of room and nothing catches as you're putting it in and out the pocket. I wanted this gorgeous image because blue is one of my favourite colours, and this was supposed to be what I like and what my partner likes. But the good thing is both myself and my swap partner both like near enough the exact same thing, so this has worked out perfectly for us basically. I wanted this little flower here, and I've added on, so I've turned this into a little pocket as well, just to hold these tiny little tickets. And my swap partner can do whatever she wants with the embellishments that are attached to it. I've got another pocket here, and I sewed, so this was, what was this? This was the, I'm not even sure where they are. Oh, there they're there. So this was these ones, which were the flower images with the lace going down them. And I had quite a few of these. I picked one of these and I fussy cut this image out, and I knew I wanted this image to be a pocket, but when I put it on, the lace and the material and the bits of paper, because they weren't secured down completely, they were catching. So I decided that I wanted to sew it onto this one, and you can see the flowers just there. And then I could glue the whole thing down. Then it meant I could put my little tags in and they wouldn't catch on anything. The next bit is I've just attached another paper clip because I felt as if this space was quite plain, but I didn't really want to add on another complete pocket because I love this image. So I wanted to try and keep that image. So all I did is I just attached a little paper clip up the top there so that I could put on these two tags. Oops, that one's caught. That's it. And this butterfly one is absolutely gorgeous, and I do love this one as well. And that's the ones that can't actually physically be used. She could use them in a journal if she wanted. Next thing is another little pocket here. And what I did here, if it comes up, this is one of the little banner things that I fussy cut out. I used one of the bigger ones, and I wanted to gift some lace, and I thought this would be perfect. I just attached this tiny little scrap of lace to the top of it, if it comes up. Tiny little bit of scrap of lace to the top of it, and then I wrapped some of the white lace that I've used all around here. And then I made sure that the pocket actually fit before I sewed it. So I wanted to make sure that I got a big enough one that it'd fit in the pocket. Next is my two little hello April, because I'm hoping that by the time my swap partner actually gets this, it will be April. So, and I absolutely love these little note things. They're probably not big enough to actually write on, but they're just adorable. I love them. Yeah, I could have printed them off bigger, but they wouldn't have fitted then. So I've got that. And all I've done here is, this is a bit of the fabric. So I've stitched, oh, there we go. So I've stitched along 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I've left this top one opened so that I could put a paper clip in there, just so they could just be attached with a little paper clip. Now, because I didn't really like the top of that too much, I wanted to cover it up a wee bit, but I wanted something that wasn't going to be too big and completely cover the whole thing. So this is one of the little mini banners that I'd fussy cut out. I found this beautiful lady, and I've just put it next to the flower images that I'm loving all along here, so that it hides, well, it doesn't really hide, but it covers up a wee tiny bit, and I've just left it so that it does pick up. And then the last thing I did is I made another pocket here, and this is holding the bigger tickets. These are slightly bigger than the little tiny tickets, but these ones wouldn't fit into one of the, actually they probably would have fitted in there. Let's have a look. Yeah, see, they do go in there, but they're quite hidden in there, so you wouldn't even know they were in there. So I made a pocket with this butterfly so as that they just fit in nicely, like that. And I've got some more, that was some scrap lace just right there. I've got some more in my flower lace down here, and bits of fabric as well. But I absolutely love how this has all turned out. I'm going to pause you and zoom in so that you can get a better look as I go along the way. Okay, so hopefully you can see this a wee bit better as I go along. So there's my bird there. That was another reason because I didn't really want to cover up some of the images that I Mod Podged onto here. Because that bird is just beautiful and I love how he's came out. I did have the other bird ready and prepared to go on. The problem is I couldn't actually find anywhere on the other side to put him. I didn't like any of the placements of him. I really wished I had another one of this one where he was looking up and I could just reverse it, because obviously in the first video I showed you the wrong side of the tissue paper basically. Gorgeous pocket. I'm in love with these pockets, so I am. I love the images that I've used. I love the fabric that I've used. I'm really hoping that my swap partner really likes this. And I'm loving the fact that this is like my very, very ever first attempt at doing something like this. I've never seen anything like it. Some of the people use, like I used all these flower images. A lot of people use quite plainish backgrounds that are just, well, they're basically just like that for the backgrounds of it, and then decorate it up. But because I've used the images first, I didn't want to add on too much that it would completely cover everything on here. I've got lace going everywhere, fabric going everywhere. Got little cluster bits here going on. I love how that's turned out. I added this beautiful little burgundy fabric right to the end here next to these flowers because I thought that looked absolutely beautiful the way it was connected. And I definitely love these doily. I mean, they're not even doily, it came off a lace fabric. Beautiful flowers all over it. So that is my paper snippet roll that I've done. The only thing I need to do now is I'm going to put some tissue paper around this and find something to make this a wee bit thicker going all the way around it. I don't know what I could use, but it's definitely a lot stronger than what it was just by adding that inside. I mean, what I could do is just like take an oval shape or something, do that and just glue it onto it. That might be a good idea actually. Maybe filling this up with something as well, like stuffing it with tissue paper just to give it some more strength. But I'll deal with that when I come to it. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you liked my process video. This video won't be going up until after my swap partner receives it, so it's probably going to be about April by the time this video actually goes up. So thank you again, and please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you like what you think about it, basically. And I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.